Good evening, I'm Jake Schrantz, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Earlier today, Nebraska head football coach Matt Rhule spoke to the media. Something he spoke about was an update on tight end Thomas Fidone and how he has progressed this offseason from his ACL injury.
I don't know. I know Thomas tore his ACL the first time. He took just kind of a really unfortunate low shot to his knee. It wasn't like the knee gave out. I mean, it's one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen, and just took a hit to the knee last year. So, I think anybody would have blown it out. So, I think for him, he's done such a good job rehabbing that I don't notice any difference. He timed him in the summer at 255. He was low 4.5s. I mean, he's a freak athlete. He's probably as hard on himself as I am on myself. So we have a lot in common in that regard. But what I'm seeing from him is, if he has a bad play or makes a mistake while he's still angry with himself, he's starting to quickly say what's next and get over it. And he's made some plays at the end of practices in the 2-minute down in the red zone, to Sam's point. He's made some plays down there to win win scrimmages for us or team periods. So I'm really happy with where he's coming. He's in there every day with the coaches working to get better. He wants to be here, and I think he will be.
We'll hear more from Coach Rhule later on in the show. In more Husker football news, today the program released the new special 100th anniversary alternate uniform. It is part of the 100-year Memorial Stadium anniversary campaign. Alongside the jerseys, a new commemorative book documenting the history of the home of Husker football, as well as other items, will be available for purchase on Huskers.com. The AVCA preseason volleyball rankings were released today. The Huskers will start the 2023-24 season tied for the number 5 spot with Pittsburgh. The other top 5 teams include Texas at number 1, Wisconsin at 2, Stanford at 3, and Louisville at number 4. The Big Ten Conference has 6 teams in the top 16 to start the season, and Nebraska will have 11 scheduled matches against teams ranked in the preseason top 25. Fans will get their first glimpse at this year's team this Saturday with the annual Red-White scrimmage at 6 p.m. You can tune into the game right here on the Huskers Radio Network. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Up next, 2 hours of Husker Sports Nightly right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Turn, give it off to Grant. He picks his way inside the 45, bounces to the outside, 40, 35, 30, foot race now, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nebraska. Snap back to Van Treese, play actions. Gets hit as he throws, pass headed down the end zone. Buford goes up and makes the interception at the 1-yard line. Marquise Buford's second pick of the game, and it was created by some pressure on the quarterback, Van Treese.
Red, fed left, Lindsey gets a throw. They stayed with it, and Krause muscles it through a double Buckeye block. Becca Williams, Spring Lake, Texas, serves back right. Nice pass, quick attack. Becca, Alec, Big Red, kaboom!
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Our Tuesday night edition, Sports Nightly here on the Huskers Radio Network. We're going to have some fun here tonight. The head coach met with the media today. Jake gave you one little snippet of what he had to say today. I think his general feeling, Jessica, was after going back and watching the tape of the scrimmage, maybe it wasn't quite as bad as he thought. He kind of propped the offense up a little bit today. It's like, the football part of it was good. It's just some of the getting in and off the field and in and out of the huddles were a little slow.
Which, again, just the first time back out there, figuring it out. And you and I did a little piece today for the football team, and we talked about this, just that there's a lot of new players on the offensive side of the ball. I know that the offensive line has a lot of people returning, but there's a lot of new pieces on the offensive side of the ball and a lot of returners on the defensive side of the ball. And even if they're not returners, they've a lot of experience, a lot of talent that has played a lot of football here. So it just, I'm just not really worried that there was a little bit of maybe rusty issues the first time they were out in a game-like situation.
And a lot of times, that's why a lot of coaches will preference a lot of comments, even after games, go, well, I need to go look at the tape. Because your first impression may not be accurate when you go back and go, okay, I see what happened there. Maybe we didn't miss the block like I thought. It was something else. So keep that in mind when you listen to post-game comments at anything, because a lot of times it may not quite be exactly what a coach perceives it to be when they see it live.
Well, especially because in Coach Rhule, no telling which side he's on, where he's on the field.
Yeah.
So he just didn't have probably the view of seeing how the play developed and all of that. So, and, you know, he was pretty honest and upfront about it. So maybe, too, propping him back up a little bit, too.
Luke Reimer today named to the Lombardi Award list. That's given out to the college football offense or defensive lineman or interior linebacker of the year. Nice honor for him, nice nod for him. He's such a fun career and starting out as a walk-on, so good nod for him. So the Huskers have Buschini's on the Ray Guy list. You've got Ben Scott on the Remington Trophy, which goes to the top center in college football. Jeff Sims for the Davey O'Brien, which is the best quarterback, and then Luke Reimer now for the Lombardi. So 4 Huskers, a little preseason nod. Also today, we referenced it a bit last night, that Nebraska was going to be putting out a book to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the stadium. They put out some other details today, including the Adidas alternate uniform. And what it does is got a blue stripe around the numbers. A lot of people don't remember Nebraska's first game in a stadium, they wore blue because they were playing Oklahoma and they wanted to deviate between their red, which is different shade anyway, but to just not have any confusion, they wore a blue. So there's a blue stripe around the numbers that they'll wear. I think is it the Purdue game in the late October is when they will wear that game.
Yeah, and that's explained and has pictures in that book you were talking about, too.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the odes and, you know, tip of the cap to all the things that happened throughout the season. So that's yeah, where that came from. And a lot of these things that are happening that are going to be released and seen throughout the stadium on home games. A lot of them are, you can also see the pictures for yourself in those books and read the stories about it. It's a really cool book. It's thick. You know, I got a sneak peek of one, and it's awesome. I think for a lot of Husker fans, it would be really neat to see just from start to finish in pictures, because it's not always easily accessible to find some of those old photos of how things first began.
So the book is called Memorial Stadium 100 Years Through These Gates, produced by the Athletic Department. 144 page. I mean, you're talking about big. That's a thick book. 300 photos. I love that part of it. There's an introduction written by Coach Osborne. Also, Trev's got a thing in there along with Ted Carter and Mike Babcock, who we've had on the program from time to time, a great historical perspective about this thing. It's $75. Again, it's a perfect gift for a Husker fan that you may know. It's available through purchase at Huskers.com. They also have some local retailers. I know Barnes & Noble has it. So the bookstores here in Lincoln have it. The Big Red shop in town has it as well. So they should be available. The books you can pre-order them now to get them, and so that'll be cool. And I know a lot of Husker fans will want these.
And a limited number of the benches too, right?
Bench seating too. Yeah, they've got those available for purchase for people. Wooden bench seats that were removed during the previous renovation are now available. They're 9 by 12, so these are long bench seats. But man, that would look perfect in a lot of people's backyards. It'd be great.
On the patio or in the man cave or
Now there's not a limited. There's a limited supply.
Yeah, of those benches for sure. Yep.
$150 for those. Those collectibles can be ordered now and will begin shipping in September. So a lot of things kind of happen. And remember that this all started off with a reduction in the seat prices for this year. Nebraska started way back in the winter, and they were offering Nebraska football season tickets reduced by $100 to commemorate the 2023 season. So a lot of fun things being done for the stadium.
Yeah, and I mean, just some of the things that it's a production, right? A home football game is a production, and so some of the things that are being worked on, being done to incorporate that throughout all the football games, and it's really neat. It's exciting too, because we're getting closer, because we've been talking about this internally, and hey, we're going to be doing this year-long celebration, and we've heard it, but now it's like you can kind of feel it, that it's. I know we got a couple weeks. Unfortunately, we would like to have a home game a little sooner, but you can.
Don't get me started, Jessica.
I know. I feel like that's your soapbox of the topic of the moment right now.
Not right. 2019 is the last time we opened a season with a home game. It's crazy how that has happened.
And two, again, having to open up with a conference opponent.
Which is the TV partners are loving that. That's kind of what they want. They want conference games every week that they can show.
But not everybody else has had to do that.
True.
I'd like to go back and see how many teams have had
Right.
to open up with conference opponents.
Yeah.
They're 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. And one was COVID. So that was a 21
No,
COVID.
well, 21 was my first year at Illinois.
At Illinois, 4 years in a row, because 20 was at Ohio State, then you're right, at Illinois, then Ireland, and now this one. So you're getting me all riled up, and it's only early, or 10 minutes into the show, and I'm all riled up about this thing. Here's what we have on the program. Matt Rhule met with the media. We have a lot of cool cuts that he had, a lot of information from him today. We'll have that here in a little bit. Also, we were introduced for the first time to make public comments, the new tight ends coach, Josh Martin. He met with the media today. We'll play you some of that. And Jimari Butler, who I have been a big fan of for the last couple of years. Jessica caught up with him a couple of days ago. We'll have that conversation for you in the second hour of the program as well. And as always, we want you to be a part of the show at 402-413-2400. That's our Sports Nightly hotline, brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned that you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. All right, the show is 10 minutes old, and you have not noticed the new addition to the studio in the 10 minutes. Kind of disappointing that we've added something to the studio. It's not visible to our home audience, but it's going to be fun for us and the crew.
Oh, the putting green over there. I did notice it. Yeah, I just noticed it when I was on the air.
Henry didn't make one for the first 10 minutes.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully he'll get better then. I love that. That's awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah. So, well,
a new game.
We're going to be putting during the breaks now here, the Sports Nightly crew. So,
hopefully you guys are better putters than football kickers.
What'd I say?
Because otherwise I might just take that competition too.
So we're going to have some fun here on the program tonight. But, looking forward to Coach Rhule coming up here in just a couple of minutes. He did mention today Princewell got hurt he didn't say the severities. I don't think he's out for the year, but that's one of those young freshman defensive linemen, Maverick Noonan and Brody Tagalola. We have previously been announced as guys that are out for the season, but he did mention the one injury that happened was Princewell's going to be out for a little while for the Huskers, but I don't think it's a season ender for him. He showed some really good flashes in the spring.
Yeah, and I mean, all of the defensive players that I've talked to have brought him up, and he, it's just a position and a room that you don't really want to lose bodies, especially ones that came along and have flashed, and you feel like, I mean, we've heard over and over again, I even back to signing day talking with Terrence Knighton about Princewell, that he thought that both these true freshmen would be able to come in and contribute right away, and that hasn't changed. That message, they have talked about how much they're going to rely on him and need him. And so it's not ideal that he goes down, but hopefully he will be back.
Very good. All right, we'll step aside, get a break in. When we come back, hit comments from the head coach, Matt Rhule. That's up next.
It's time for some Nebraska farm facts. Want to know a fast way to rev up our Nebraska economy while helping the planet? It's right in your tank. When you fill up with clean soy-based biodiesel, you're increasing Nebraska biodiesel production while reducing greenhouse gases by up to 74%. So look for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, our economy, and our farmers. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Blair is your trusted auto partner with savings on Ram models to fit your lifestyle. During the Make This the Summer sales event, get $9,424 off MSRP on a new Ram 1500 Quad Cab Warlock or $8,746 off MSRP on a 2023 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. Built for summer adventures with massive towing and hauling capability and 4 legendary engines to choose from. Serving the Metro since 1991. This is Woodhouse. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra. $299 doc fee due at signing. When financed with Chrysler Capital. Offer expires 7/31/2023. See dealer for details.
F&BO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. F&BO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com. Member FDIC.
If unwanted hair is putting you in a prickly situation, give laser hair removal a try. Milan Laser Hair Removal delivers smooth, hair-free skin with permanent results for men and women of all skin tones. So there's no more unwanted stubble, razor burn, or ingrown hairs. Visit any of Milan Laser's 7 Nebraska locations to get 1 free treatment. Ready to never shave again? Call 833-NO-RAZOR or visit MilanLaser.com to book your free treatment and consultation. That's MilanLaser.com.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
For farmers, productivity isn't an option. It's everything. And at Valley, we feel the same, delivering game-changing technology and irrigation solutions that advance agricultural productivity, with the results to prove it. From our leading irrigation technology to expert advice, you can always rely on Valley to bring out the best in your farm. At Valley, productivity isn't an option. It's everything. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Discover the meticulously crafted and effortlessly iconic 2023 Cadillac lineup at Woodhouse Cadillac. Lease a 2023 Cadillac XT4 for $499 a month for 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. Visit us in-store at our newest location at 112th and Dodge in Omaha or online anytime at woodhousecadillac.com. With approved credit, must have a current Cadillac lease. Down payment $299.fee and first payment due at signing. Offer expires 7/31/23. See dealer for details.
SOS to the rescue! SOS to the rescue!
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Oh, but he can't make it because he's so hot. The air conditioning is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling his favorite Luxair dealer. Trusted since 1950, with Luxair you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue! SOS! SOS!
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day-by-day donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Road Townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red!
We're back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody back with you Tuesday night edition of Sports Island here on the Huskers Radio Network, and we have another practice report.
The 1890 Initiative presents the Nebraska Football Practice Report.
We're talking about practice.
Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com.
Well, today the head coach met with the media following practice, so let's get right to the top of things. This is a topic that we touched on last night about how this is kind of that go-between week where camp isn't as much fun anymore. You're not quite yet working on the Gophers and game planning for the first game of the year. But the coach was asked how hard a week is week 3.
The challenge has been to not try to get through it, right, to try to get better. The days start to pile up on you, obviously, but when you look at it on the flip side, there's not many days left to practice before 8:31. So, we better remain a very humble team, and And if we want to be confident come game time, we have to earn it right now. So there's the added distraction of being home, being out of the dorms, and all those things. And I think our guys have maintained good focus so far. So I've never questioned this team's work ethic. They work. So far it's been pretty good.
In all my years of covering fall camps, this has always been the hardest week that players talk about getting through. And what he's just said not doing is not just getting through it, but continuing to maintain that mindset of getting better throughout this week. Because, the first week's real fun. You're getting out on the field for the first time. The second week, you're getting the pads on, getting to hit. And then this week, you still are kind of a little bit of ways away from game week. And so it's a grind. This is still, you're not going to classes yet. So it's still all football all the time at this point. And so you just got to keep that same mindset. And every player that I've talked to has really honed in on that's the goal is really still making sure that the goal is every single day, one day at a time, and getting better every single day.
Yeah. That's hard, though. That's the human nature is like, okay, I'm ready for the next thing. I mean, it's just human nature to
I'm
fight
ready
that.
for this.
I am, too.
Part to be over.
I know.
I'm ready for game week. So I can only imagine them as players, what they feel.
Mentioned in the opening segment that Prince Will is hurt out for a little while. A couple of the other freshmen are Maverick Noonan and Brody Tagaola are lost for the year for season-ending injuries. Another freshman name that keeps kind of popping up a little bit, this guy that's making plays, is Ethan Nation, particularly maybe even in the return game. Here's the coach talking about Ethan.
Yeah, I don't know what Ethan's role will be yet. He's very dynamic. He's an explosive player. He catches people's attention. He catches their eyes. He plays really hard on defense. He's aggressive. He kind of has a feel for getting the ball. He looks dynamic as a returner, though we haven't done a lot of live returns yet with him. Like, we've done some thudded up ones. So young returners, it's always about their ball security and ability to protect the football. And so I don't have a great feel for that yet because he is a defensive player. But I can see his athleticism, his explosiveness, and his mindset. A lot of this is just about maturity. Everybody has the talent to play. Who has the mindset to prepare to play all the time? And he has that. He has that confidence and that swagger. That's humble enough to also coach still.
I remember talking to Evan Cooper about Ethan Nation back in December, and he was like a kid in a candy store talking about him. I think they knew that they were getting a special player in him, but he was not an early enrollee. So the fact that he's coming along the way that he has throughout fall camp only bodes well, because you're talking about a lot of these freshmen have been here. The ones that have been here are ahead, but the fact that he hasn't been and he's still catching the eyes. And what Coach Cooper told you, we'll see throughout the season. Like, it's just because a depth chart gets released the first week of the season, that's going to keep changing. And so, throughout a season, you never know how much, if maybe he's not ready right away, which it sounds like he's making it really tough on them to leave him off the field. But if he's not ready right away, don't think that he's not going to get out on the field. And then, by the way, you still have that 4-game redshirt rule too.
It reminds me a little bit of the progression we saw from Malcolm Hartzog a year ago. All of a sudden, mid-camp, you're going, they keep mentioning names. You're like, Malcolm's name keeps popping up. And then once you saw him make some plays, wasn't so much in Dublin. It was more kind of the weeks after that. You're like, they can't. He's got to play. You can't keep him on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely. And just, every day, even though you weren't getting the opportunities, but still battling it out in practice, just because the season starts and you're not starting right away. I mean, this is a coaching staff that's not going to just lock in. They're going to put the guys that are practicing the best, that are taking care of business, that are preparing the best, that they feel the best, have done the best job to get to be out on the field. And so, just because you're not in the first game ready to roll. And so that's got to be exciting for some of these young players, knowing that, hey, if I keep my nose to the ground and keep grinding, if I want an opportunity, I can certainly earn that still.
Ethan was one that played in that All-Star game in Orlando the first week of January, and he made the announcement. I think he had told the Husker coaches prior to that he was committed here, but he made the on-the-TV announcement, and Cam Lenhart was in that game as well.
Yeah.
Both those guys I think are going to be really good players. All right, the coach, after the Saturday scrimmage, talked about great day for the defense, not so good day for the offense, but I think some of that changed when they went back and kind of watched the tape and broke it down a little bit more. Here he was asked, how do you feel the offense has responded since the scrimmage?
Yeah, I think maybe I probably said it wrong after the scrimmage. My issues with the scrimmage were the procedure stuff. Like, the football was pretty good. They played good football. The pass protection was the best it's ever been. It's just, we ran into a phase of like we spent so much time getting reps and less time sort of. You guys have been well. You guys haven't really been there. We spent a lot more times with multiple fields going. We haven't spent probably enough time yet coming off the sideline, subbing off the sideline, all those different things. So that was sort of a little bit of a wake-up call. But that was all procedural stuff. In terms of the actual football, I thought it was good. You know, so I'm pleased with where we are. As I told the team, you're right where they're supposed to be. Like there's. You know, just if the defense plays well, you know, I'm the head coach. If the defense plays well, it means the offense didn't play good enough. If the offense plays well, it means the defense didn't play good enough. So, but yeah, I think the offense is playing good football. They just had a little more urgency in terms of running on and off the field. So, you know, sometimes the players will say things. You know, I heard Jeff yesterday kind of, you know, hey, we're a little sluggish. So it's really just more about running on and off the field and getting in the huddle and getting out of it. So I think the football was fine.
Do you remember the spring game when I interviewed Jeff mid-game and I asked him, well, overall, how have you felt about the spring game? He goes, well, we're not playing very good. He's pretty blunt. And so for him to just say, you know, we're being sluggish, we're not running off the field, I think he's trying to hold guys accountable. But, yeah, I mean, it's always interesting to hear him go back after like you were saying, after they see the film and break it down.
All right, the next couple of questions are going to deal with red zone offense, and that's such a big part of it. That usually determines who wins games and who loses games. Here's the coach about what kind of work he has done and seen from his team in the red zone on offense.
You know, we've had some good moments, some bad moments. Our defense is pretty difficult in the red zone with what they allow you to do, with the way that they play. And you know, I've been pleased with the way we've run the ball through the red zone. Our creativity has been pretty good. So, you know, I think we're right where we need to be. I mean, you know, I'm always looking for, you know, big receivers, and I think, you know, down in that area. So I think guys like Malachi, Marcus, you know, we're still waiting for Marcus Washington to come back. He's close. You know, I expect him any day now. But those are the kind of guys I think can help you down there. Fedoni can help you down there, some of those guys. So, you know, we want to score touchdowns, not field goals. So that's our whole mindset. And I like the way we're proceeding. The quarterbacks get a lot of work down there, and they're doing a good job managing that situation down there because it's completely different for a quarterback.
The follow-up question for the coach was, how aggressive are you in your play calling in the pass game when you get down in the red zone? This is an interesting answer.
Yeah, I just think it comes down to the quarterback play, right? You know, for me, you know, we divide the red zone up into, you know, sort of a high red zone area where if you take a sack, you're out of field goal range. So quarterback has to be really cognizant down there about, you know, kind of having a sniper's mentality of touchdown, check down, not scrambling around and taking sacks. And then as we get down through the low red, you know, understanding where to throw the football. You know, we want to throw the ball the front pylon low, back line high. And there the quarterback can scramble around because a sack won't knock him out of field goal range. So, you know, sort of all the nuances that we teach, you know, maybe are a little bit new to some of the quarterbacks in terms of hearing them. But we get enough reps down there that they're doing a good job. And, you know, I'm always going to try to run the ball in first. You know, I mean, there's nothing more demoralizing on defense than having someone run a touchdown in. It's one thing to get tricked. You know, I played for Coach Materno. If someone ran a trick play against us and scored a touchdown in the game, he'd expect us to laugh. Like, hey, they know they're not good enough to beat us. So we don't worry about things like that. But when someone runs the ball in, or when we run the ball in, it's demoralizing. So we'll start there, but we're going to turn Jeff loose. We trust him. We're going to let him go play.
Love that.
Yeah.
You know, it's so true because how much is it just, hey, we're going to outstrength you here.
We're lining up and coming right at you.
Yeah. And, you know, with Jeff's feet, which we've seen and everybody got a glimpse of at the spring game, you got to think that he's going to, which is why when we picked who we thought would score the most touchdowns, both of us went to Jeff Sims because, I mean, I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities on to get in there as a quarterback sneak or whatnot. And so, and then with those big running backs and Anthony Grant, I mean, there's just some options to really be able to do some things running the football.
When he talked about we want to be a team that can run it in down near the goal line, right now in the Big Ten, I think everybody would agree Michigan's the best team in this league right now. It could change this year, but that's what they've done the last couple of years of Harbaugh. They are going to run it at you when they get down there deep and dare you to stop them.
Yeah.
And they're good at it.
Yeah. And it is. I mean, it's so – and then if you think about it, it takes like – you're just, you know, grinding it out and pounding the rock, and you've got this long drive, and then it's maybe 3 or 4 downs, and then you get in. It's just so deflating, and you can see it on the sidelines, how deflating it is for a defense to think, okay, we got them in 3rd and 5 on the goal line, and then they punch it in. There is nothing, you know, and I've never really, I guess, it's never dawned on me like that, how he put it just there. But yeah, it absolutely, you can see just how deflated defenses can be after a goal line not stand like that.
One of the newest additions to this roster that we probably haven't talked about enough about is Ben Scott, the center transfer from Arizona State. That center position so big. Cam Jurgens was awesome 2 years ago. I really thought Trent Hickson did a nice job last year. I'm not an expert at it. Jeremiah's eyes would be much better looking at that, but I thought he played really hard and did a pretty good job. So to replace him was big, and I think Ben Scott's done a pretty good job. Here's the coach talking about what he has seen from his transfer from ASU.
Yeah, Ben sees a lot. Ben's very smart, instinctive as well. Sees so much from our defense. They're never in the same front twice. We have big, powerful interior D linemen. They're on his nose quite a bit. So both blocking and also, from an intelligence football intelligence standpoint, I think he does an excellent job.
Yeah, Searles did say that Trent Hickson was probably the most consistent offensive lineman all year last year, from start to finish, and he was a leader. He stepped into a really big vocal role and walking down the sidelines.
And nobody wanted him to be the center.
No,
all off season, people were like, "It won't be him." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and he was really solid in that, and so that was going to be a big question mark. And we talked a lot about what are they going to do at center? Who's going to play that? So Ben Scott was a huge get, and Searles is very excited about him. In fact, I think the exact terminology was is the player that he's most excited about on this football team, because it's so critical, and he's a guy that absolutely will be able to also play at the next level as well. And so he's going to be big in that center position, and just settling in and learning a new offense and working with this new coordinator and new quarterback. It's really big, and he's apparently done it really well and really quickly, which bodes well for this offense.
Trent did not like to be interviewed.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He did it a couple times.
Yeah.
And he's a really bright guy. I mean, he's a
you have to be to play
smart.
center.
Yeah. All right. When will the next batch of single-digit numbers be released? That question was posed to the coach today. Here was his response.
Yeah, we'll probably vote in the next day or so, depending on how days go, right? Like, I have a little tradition, my daughters are always at the beach, and when they get here, I always let the team go early. So last night I let everyone go early when they got here. So we didn't have a team meeting last night. So today and tomorrow, one of those days, we'll vote for a couple more and see what happens.
I can't wait. I'm ready to see who they are.
Yeah, and I talked to a couple of the staff members that have been a part of this at Baylor, and just said that it's really interesting how it unfolds from the first vote to the second vote. So we'll see. Yeah. I went into it thinking, we could probably pick, but then after hearing what they say about how it's not exactly always as you assume it's going to be, so I'm going to be in wait-and-see mode to see how these next two votes go.
Very good. All right, there's the coach practice report again, brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. 402-413-2400. That's the number to be a part of the program with a call or a text. Folks, I'd also tell you to buckle up, put that phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. More of the show coming up.
Our planet, it's hungry. Blessed with millions of acres in this great nation, our farmers work tirelessly to feed the planet through seasons of uncertainty and seasons of growth. It's a tough business to do alone. As owners of Central Valley Ag, it's together that we move forward. There's room at the table. Find your seat at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Discover your next Ford with Woodhouse. The truck you've always wanted to the SUV you need, Woodhouse has the full lineup. Plus a huge selection guarantees you'll get the features that matter and at a smart price. like our current offer on a new Ford F-150. Or needing the versatility of an SUV to take on the everyday. Shop our offers going on now. Find your Ford with Woodhouse online or at one of our 3 convenient locations.
There's a new kind of season ticket when you fly from the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of the Huskers. Now at LNK, choose from fast, affordable, non-stop flights to your favorite vacation spots. All from an airport that's relaxed and hassle-free. It's never been easier to get off the bench and enjoy an adventure with the whole family. Visit GoFlyLNK.com and book your trip today. Let's go.
If unwanted hair is putting you in a prickly situation, give laser hair removal a try. Milan Laser Hair Removal delivers smooth, hair-free skin with permanent results for men and women of all skin tones. So there's no more unwanted stubble, razor burn, or ingrown hairs. Visit any of Milan Laser's 7 Nebraska locations to get 1 free treatment. Ready to never shave again? Call 833-NO-RAZOR or visit MilanLaser.com to book your free treatment and consultation. That's MilanLaser.com.
Hi, this is Jim Baldonado with the Home Agency. Just like our support and enthusiasm for Husker athletics, our multi-line insurance agencies are ready and eager to help you with your insurance needs. Don't wait for disaster to test your insurance coverage. Get ahead of the game and let our agents provide you with the peace of mind knowing that your needs will be met. For more information, call home, the home agency, that is at 1-800-245-4241. That's 1-800-245-4241. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails, dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the Trail-Tamin 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Road Townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red!
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
SOS to the rescue. SOS to the rescue.
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Oh, but he can't make it because he's so hot. The air conditioning is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling his favorite Luxair dealer. Trusted since 1950, with Luxair you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned that you can always find what you were looking for with Woodhouse. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you Tuesday night, 402-413-2400. The number to be a part of the program with a call or a text. Jake had this in the ticker. The AVCA preseason volleyball top 25 poll is out. Your Huskers, a tie for fifth with Pittsburgh, who was in the Final Four a year ago. Texas, the defending national champs, are one. I think that's a little high. They lost a lot off that national championship team. Wisconsin is second, Stanford third. Stanford had more first-place votes than Wisconsin, but some other people must have pushed Stanford down a little bit because they do come in third. Louisville is fourth, and then Nebraska and Pittsburgh tied for fifth, quickly followed by Minnesota and Penn State. So a lot of representation for the Big Ten in there, but I think fifth is about right, wouldn't you say?
That's what you've been saying. You said fifth. I think JB said fifth as well. But how about if you start looking at the teams also coming in with USC's in the top 25 and, gosh, who else? Oregon's
yeah.
9.
And Washington's a perennial good program.
Yeah, so that's
that sport's just going to get better.
Oh,
I mean,
it's going to be the Big Ten volleyball is even more loaded than it already was. And Creighton at 18. So there's a lot of, once again, another daunting schedule for Nebraska volleyball.
Well, Jake mentioned 11 of the matches will be against teams that are in the preseason top 20. Kentucky is a matchup early. They go to Stanford early in the season, so they're going to go to number 3 right away. Kentucky's ranked 10th. They play them. That'll be at the Devaney Center. And then I see Ohio State's in there at 14. They lost a lot. I think actually Purdue might be better than Ohio State this year. So, John Cook, he knows that you got to test your team early, and you're going to certainly get tested throughout the year with all the great teams in the league. And so sometimes you get to the NCAAs, and those first couple rounds could almost be breathers in a way.
I kind of think he likes to not being the heavy favorite going into the season. I think he kind of likes this a little bit unknown because probably people are just voting for Nebraska too, to vote for Nebraska, not really knowing what they are and what they have because of the young talent, which is we've talked a lot about, just these young freshmen coming in. How good are they actually going to be? Maybe some people asking, I think they're going to be real special, but I think they kind of like this, and he's using that as motivation and talking about when are they most likely to bite, and volleyball doesn't know how your age, and so I think they're kind of embracing it, even though fifth is not shabby by any means, but I think they're kind of embracing this a little bit. It's
a team that's coming off a year where they got beaten in the Sweet 16, so that's where they ended last year. So a lot of respect for Nebraska's program, and rightfully so. Dwayne on our text line said, I have family coming here for the volleyball event at Memorial Stadium are wondering, are binoculars allowed? Absolutely, Dwayne. Bring your binocs. You're probably going to need them if you're certain where, I'm not sure where your seats are, but you're probably going to need them. So absolutely, bring your binoculars. He said, by the way, my family's coming from Oregon to watch this match in the stadium.
Awesome.
So, Dwayne, absolutely. Tell them, bring your binocs. Prepare. Come like you're going to see a football game. And the court's even smaller than a football field by quite a bit, so you're going to want to have that ready to go. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Oh my gosh,
right?
It's almost here.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
My dad and brother are driving up because I'm sad that we can't be here. We'll be with the football team in Minnesota, but my dad and brother are driving up. They're going to go to the volleyball game, and then they're going to drive on up to Minnesota.
Oh, they're going to see the football game.
I'm sure a lot of fans are going to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I know a lot of people on campus that are driving up for the game on Thursday because it's a night game. It's an easy drive. You get up there. I love the Twin Cities. I really do.
I've just been asked so much, even from people that aren't really familiar with anything, just about the stadium game. It's pretty incredible how much that news has spread, and even if they don't know much about volleyball or they've heard about this sellout game, and it's really impressive and intriguing for people. They want to know all about it and be a part of it too. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of people that just want to be a part of history, and that's why you're seeing some teams like Iowa try to do it in other sports.
Red-white scrimmage, Saturday night, the Vandy Center. By the way, we are expanding this year our pregame coverage for volleyball. It's now a 1-hour pregame show, so more JB, more Lauren. Who doesn't want that?
Right?
So you'll have more of
Everybody.
them for pregame coverage this year. So 5 o'clock on Saturday. Is that right, Cole? 5 o'clock pregame Saturday?
I think that's right.
Yep,
6
that's
o'clock. Okay, 6 o'clock first serve for the red-white scrimmage. It's sold out as well. They've been adding some seats to the Vandy Center. Trev Albert said was one thing he wanted to add a couple hundred seats up on the top of the bowl. So I think it's done and ready to go for the match on Saturday. And then their home opener, season opener, is a week from Friday when they will be there. Where was I going to go next? Oh, Sam wants to know, do I use, absolutely, Sam, I use binoculars, particularly down near the goal line. I'll call most of the goal line plays through the binocs because you don't want to get faked out on a play action thing or something. So I pull binocs out for goal line stuff. I
didn't realize until I started working the broadcast just how hard it is to see everything on the field.
Yeah, well, when you can get shielded off by something,
Yeah.
or you're maybe dancing out of the way because they're coming at you. You got to get out of their way.
Yeah, well, and then there's sometimes that I do have a better view that even you guys do with the binoculars.
You
And
do.
you got 3 people up there watching,
Right.
but sometimes I can see things that even you guys. So
Absolutely.
it literally takes the 4 of us to really see the entire game.
It does.
And but I didn't realize just how difficult, how challenging it can
Well,
be.
and the other thing that you have to deal with is sometimes there's not a lot of room down there.
No.
Some stadiums we go to, there's very little movement. You can't. Iowa, they're buying you shots back there.
That was bonkers. I mean, they're offering me Fireball, and that was bonkers. But and then I'm also trying to listen in on the huddle, so a lot of the times I'm even missing some of the action. But I'm excited though. I'm ready.
John in Omaha says if you're going to go to the volleyball day on the 30th, be sure to stick around for Scotty McCreary. He puts on a great show. I've heard that same thing, John. I think he's going to be a fantastic show. I would guess it would probably be 30 to 45 minutes after the match ends before it starts because they got to kind of move one event and get the stage, and they got to come up and do a quick sound check and go. So it won't be immediately right after the match ends.
This is going to be the biggest concert he's played, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't. Maybe he's open for Kenny Chesney or something in a big stadium. I don't know.
Yeah.
He could have. Because Chesney fills stadiums around the country
True.
for. I don't know enough about Scotty to do that or not. All right, 402-413-2400. That's the number to be part of the program. Folks, if problem gambling is burning up your money, there's a way out. Help is free and confidential for Nebraskans and their families. There's no judgment, just help. Visit lifeafterbet.com. We're back to wrap up Hour 1 next.
Our planet, it's hungry. Blessed with millions of acres in this great nation, our farmers work tirelessly to feed the planet through seasons of uncertainty and seasons of growth. It's a tough business to do alone. As owners of Central Valley Ag, it's together that we move forward. There's room at the table. Find your seat at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Hy-Vee makes grocery shopping easy with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Just order online, schedule a pickup or delivery time, then leave the shopping to us. Download the Hy-Vee app or go to HyVeeAislesOnline.com. It's easy to create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Plus, with Hy-Vee Aisles Online, pickup is free on orders over $24.95, and delivery is free with a Hy-Vee Plus membership. Save time, shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online.
Did you know that Lincoln's water is 4 times more hard than what is recommended? This will shorten the life of your water heater, harm pipes through mineral buildup, and is bad for your hair, skin, and clothes. What's the solution? A water softener. Go online to jhlincoln.com to learn more about water softeners and our flexible financing offers, or call
John Henry's 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Do you need to relocate to a different city or state but don't know where to start? If so, put the power of BHA Real Estate to work for you. BHA will set you up with the best real estate agent in your new town. Have a house to sell first? No problem. they can assist you with that as well. With over 70 years of experience, BHA has a network to ensure one of the biggest transactions in life will be handled with care that you deserve and the service that you can trust. Give BHA Real Estate a call today for all your relocation needs. 308-324-5581.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750 bonus cash on F-150 and F-150 Lightning. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
We're back inside the Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and the service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. 402-413-2400, the number to be a part of the program. Final few minutes here of hour one. The chat room, our YouTube, the ROGs are in there tonight having some fun. Well, they're talking about something that JB, the Patriots, what am I missing here?
Well, so it's come to light that Crypto King is Kenny King, the running back that played for OU and then the Raiders and Super Bowl champion, and he prevented JB. JB's got this long vendetta, and so
naturally,
last week when he was here and I was telling him about it during the break, he was like, Kenny King, I've got a bone to pick with him. Let me talk about Kenny King when we come back on the air. Little did I know when we came back on the air, it was going to take the entire segment that he was going to tell this long story about how this Kenny kept John's Patriots out of
the playoffs or yeah.
And he just went on this long. It was like 1977 or I don't even know. I was too caught up.
You're trying to get to a break, probably.
Yes, I'm like looking at the clock and the time, and I'm laughing, thinking like, oh my gosh, it was hilarious though.
Wow.
I was like had tears coming out of my face at several times.
Well, then I hear there's
show.
accidents happening in the studio while I'm gone. I mean, all these stories are pouring out the last 2 days since I got back.
Wait, they told you about that?
Oh, I couldn't believe it.
Guys, you're losing some points with me over here.
What are they doing over there, putting right now behind us, doing that? Somebody want to know, is JB going to need binoculars? No, they are going to have JB and Lauren will be courtside for the big volleyball day match in the stadium, so they'll be right down there by the court. So he will not be He will not be up in the football booth to call the volleyball match. He'll be right down there by the court. So JB will not need binocs from down there.
I cannot wait to see how they even build this thing. And how it's going to look.
No class that day on campus, right?
Yeah. So parking should be not so bad. And
how about this? Trooper Dave reached out to us today and goes, do you want some reports that day?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think so. If
90,000
it's going to be a full stadium, yeah, I think probably people would like to know.
I mean, I'll leave that up to Cole. I'll let him decide that. He wants to have him on. I mean, great offer by Trooper Dave, but why not? You're going to have a massive humanity coming around Lincoln that night in just 2 weeks, folks. Crazy. All right, 1 hour in the books. We're going to come back here from Josh Martin, the new tight ends coach for the Huskers. Also, Jimari Butler. I like him. We'll talk to him next.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Okay, men, huddle up. Look, we're playing one of the best football teams in the country today, and quite frankly, we don't have a chance against these guys. Let's face it, we're going to get slaughtered out there. But the good news is that the Nebraska Lottery has scratch and lotto prizes that any one of us could win.
Yeah!
After the game, we're taking the team bus to the nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer to see if we can win big.
Let's go!
So let's get out there and lose with pride.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For new Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
New Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Hey, Husker fans! Kinetic now offers fast 99% reliable internet for just $39.99 a month for 12 months. Whether you're at home, school, or work, Kinetic Internet delivers the speed you need to stream, game, and stay connected with fellow Nebraska fans around the world. Only $39.99 a month for 12 months. And just like our teams in scarlet and cream, no one else even comes close. Check availability at windstream.com. Kinetic Internet, proud sponsor of Husker Athletics. Terms and conditions apply. Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid materials with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blauhorn help take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Good evening. I'm Jake Schrantz, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the 1890 Initiative. Earlier today, Nebraska head football coach Matt Rhule spoke to the media. Something he spoke about was an update on tight end Thomas Fidone and how he has progressed this offseason from his ACL injury.
I don't know. I know Thomas tore his ACL the first time. He took just kind of a really unfortunate low shot to his knee. It wasn't like the knee gave out. I mean, it's one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen, and just took a hit to the knee last year. So, I think anybody would have blown it out. So, I think for him, he's done such a good job rehabbing that I don't notice any difference. He timed him in the summer at 255. He was low 4.5s. I mean, he's a freak athlete. He's probably as hard on himself as I am on myself. So we have a lot in common in that regard. But what I'm seeing from him is, if he has a bad play or makes a mistake while he's still angry with himself, he's starting to quickly say what's next and get over it. And he's made some plays at the end of practices in the 2-minute down in the red zone, to Sam's point. He's made some plays down there to win win scrimmages for us or team periods. So I'm really happy with where he's coming. He's in there every day with the coaches working to get better. He wants to be here, and I think he will be.
We'll hear more about Fidone from tight ends coach Josh Martin later in the show. In more Husker football news, today the program released the new special 100th anniversary alternate uniform. It is part of the 100-year Memorial Stadium anniversary campaign, and alongside the jerseys, a new commemorative book documenting the history of the home of Husker football, as well as some other items, will be available for purchase on Huskers.com. The AVCA preseason volleyball rankings were released today. The Huskers will start the 2023-24 season tied for the number 5 spot with Pittsburgh. The other top 5 teams include Texas at number 1, Wisconsin at 2, Stanford at 3, and Louisville at number 4. The Big Ten Conference has 6 teams in the top 16 to start the season, and Nebraska will have 11 scheduled matches against teams ranked in the preseason top 25. Fans will get their first glimpse at this year's team this Saturday with the annual Red-White scrimmage at 6 p.m. You can tune into the game right here on the Husker Radio Network. Our sports ticker is sponsored by the 1890 Initiative. Do you want to support Husker student athletes through name, image, and likeness? If so, visit 1890nebraska.com. Up next, Hour 2 of Husker Sports Nightly right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Turn. Give it off to Grant. He picks his way inside the 45, bounces to the outside. 40, 35, 30. Foot race now. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nebraska. Snap back to Van Treese. Play actions. Gets hit as he throws. Pass headed down the end zone. Buford goes up and makes the interception at the 1-yard line. Marquise Buford's second pick of the game, and it was created by some pressure on the quarterback, Van Treese.
Red, fed left. Lindsay gets a throw. They stayed with it. And Krause muscles it through a double Buckeye block. Becca Williams, Spring Lake, Texas, serves back right. Nice pass, quick attack. Becca, Alec, big red, kaboom!
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Having some fun tonight. We're watching that American Legion World Series from North Carolina. Lincoln East team is getting beat by a Texas school 1-0 in the 4th inning, but pretty cool. Great job by that young group of guys going out there and making that championship game. A couple years ago, we had a team, God, I can't remember. I need some help, folks. Was it Kearney or Hastings had a team that made a deep run in the College World Series, Little League World Series, which is coming up. These kids are older. These kids are in high school playing in this thing. But
You said we got a couple
commits from that team.
Potential or future Huskers.
Yep. Coming in a few years for Will Bolt and his team. Will Bolt put out a little thing today. They've announced some of their fall ball. They're going to play Omaha on the Friday before the Michigan home football game, and they're going to play them, and they're also going to play a junior college game at Haymarket Park, and then their normal inter-squad scrimmage will be coming up in the fall as well. You can find all that information at Huskers.com. Hour 2, we're going to hear from Josh Martin, the new tight ends coach, and then we'll also hear from Jimari Butler. Jessica caught up with him a little bit ago. Really excited about some of these new things that are coming out for the 100th year anniversary of the stadium. The book, that will be a great coffee table book for you, a great Christmas or birthday gift coming up. $75 for the book. You can go purchase it at Huskers.com or look for some retailers who have it. I know the Barnes & Noble in Lincoln has that book available. So keep it. And let me see. Also, the Husker Team Store at PBA will have these books. Best of Big Red, the Lincoln locations, Barnes & Noble in South Point, the UNL bookstore, Alumni Hall, and then Husker Hounds for the folks up at Omaha will have this book available. Lots of amazing photographs in there, and so a lot of historical perspective about the 100 years of this stadium coming up this year. So looking forward to thumbing my way through that. You've got it right now. So when you're finished, I want to see that.
I should have brought it down. I'll maybe run up there and get it during the commercial break.
Okay. Also, you can buy a limited number of stadium seats. These are 9-foot by 12-foot bench seats that were removed a few years ago during a previous renovation. There's not a ton of them, but you can also go find those. Huskers.com will have more information about where you can get that. Also, fans can purchase a bottle opener with a handle carved. This is kind of cool, from the same bench seating. That's a cool little deal.
That's really neat.
A bottle opener.
That's cool.
Nice. All right, had a text from Irv and Scott. I wanted to know who's the backup center. Well, Justin Jackson Evans is working there. Now, if something were to happen to Ben Scott, because we were talking about Ben last hour, Ethan Piper could also play center. So they would probably just decide who's the next man up and make some adjustments and move guys around.
Probably who you feel most comfortable moving Ethan to center, and who's going to step in and backup guard.
Yeah.
Or, just moving in Justin there at center.
Yeah.
Searles actually talked about that, said Piper has been working out at center, and I think he feels pretty good about if that would be the backup, if it was Ethan.
All right, new tight ends coach. Do you remember the Josh Martin was elevated about 3 or 4 weeks ago, about a week before camp. So he was going to be a special teams analyst. He was added to the staff in the spring. Now the tight ends coach. He met for the first time today with members of the media. And the first question was, what have the last couple of weeks been like for him?
Well, it's been a lot of fun to be able to jump into this role as quickly as it happened, and with 2 days right before training camp started, you're kind of drinking out of a fire hose a little bit, but it's been a blast. I try to hit the ground running and develop this relationship with the players as fast as I can and learn the scheme and learn what we're doing, but it's been awesome. It's been a really easy transition because of our staff, just an overwhelming amount of just support from just our offensive staff, from Coach Rhule to Coach Satt to Coach McGuire, to operations, to nutrition, to Corey in the weight room. I mean, our entire organization. I mean, as soon as it happened, they just reached out and have been awesome and try to help me however much they can. And we talk about a brotherhood all the time with our players, but the brotherhood with our coaching staff is just as strong. And it's been awesome. I couldn't have done it without them. So it's been a lot of fun so far, though.
I go back to that first or second day that we heard from Coach Satterfield, and he said that they thought they came in with a plan between him and Coach McGuire of who's going to be helping out the tight ends, transition with Coach Martin, and that they didn't even need to help him out that much. That he had a couple questions, but that he was ready to roll. And he's coached the position at a high level and has been around and is a guy that's all about the details and detail-oriented. So I think had a position been open, probably Coach Rhule would have given him that. And obviously, as we've talked about, his too deep on his coaching staff is pretty deep, too.
Absolutely. Well, and the question to Josh today was, what about your background, and did that help you get prepared to take this over on such a short notice?
Yeah, so actually this is not the first time that this has happened before. So back in 2015, I was a grad assistant at Arizona State, and we had a coaching turnover like 2 weeks into training camp. And so I transitioned from being an offensive line GA to being thrown into the tight end room. I was named the running back coach, but I actually coached the tight ends that year. And so who would have thought, 8 years later, something similar happened. So, your experiences prepare you for the present moment, for the future. And so, when this happened, it wasn't the first time that it happened in my career. And so I was able to, take a deep breath, say, okay, you've done this before, and, you've had some, you've been able to coach the position for a long time. And so, it was natural for me to be able to step back into that role. So
I reached out to Grant Calcaterra when the move was made, and Grant was a tight end for Coach Martin at SMU. Grant is now in Philadelphia. I think they're pretty high on him, playing alongside Cam Jurgens. I know that they're pretty tight. But I asked him about Coach Martin. He said he's such a great coach, and he cares so much about his players and on and off the field. He went to his wedding. He went to Grant's wedding, and so Grant gets drafted. And Grant was a player that walked away from football and went back to play football, and so was coached by Coach Martin in that transition of coming back to football and then getting drafted in the NFL. But talked about how much he challenged him and helped him get better every single day and help him prepare for going to the NFL. So, I mean, I've like I said, I've heard nothing but really, really great things about Coach Martin as a coach, coaching those tight ends.
Thomas Fidone, that topic came up for Coach Martin. Jake had the clip from Coach Rhule talking about Thomas Fidone, and I'm not telling Husker fans anything they don't know, such highly recruited kid out of high school. I mean, pretty much every Big Ten school wanted him. Jessica, he's played 3 snaps. This is his 3rd year in the program. He's been on the field for 3 snaps. So just injury bug after injury bug. Well, Coach Martin was asked, what have you seen from Thomas since taking over the job?
You know what? I've been proud of Thomas. The thing about Thomas that, obviously he's got great size, he's got great length, he can run, he's really athletic, freak athlete. What I don't know what people truly know about him is how much he loves football and how much how he really he's really, really hard on himself, but he's a constant seeker of knowledge. He's a perfectionist, and sometimes hey, look, hey, you made a bad play, you got to move on, right? You have to move on, what's next mentality, like we say all the time with our players. And but I've been really, really proud of Thomas and his progression on the field and then just in the film room. I mean, he's always just constantly, hey, Coach, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And he's constantly trying to improve. And that's the same with a lot of these guys. With Nate Borchers the same way. A lot of those guys. Jake Applegate, Luke Lindenmeyer, all those guys in that room are just constant seekers of knowledge. And they want to know, okay, I want feedback. I want to know what I can do better. I want to know what did I do well, but then how can I improve even if I did well. So I've been really impressed with those guys. It's a really fun group to coach.
It's been pretty interesting to chat with Fidone and then to hear what the coaching staff has said about him, because he is just chomping at the bit to get out there, but whatever I can do, he's just so hungry to get better every single day. And he wants to deliver once he gets out there on the field for his opportunities, and that's probably to me top of the list of who I can't wait to see.
I'm pulling for him so hard. I want him to stay healthy and just enjoy the sport again, because he's really good at it. You've heard all the coaches, they've raved about his athletic ability, so just hope he can stay healthy. All right, I get the feeling the tight ends are going to be a big part of this offense. Mm-hmm. Coach Satterfield has said it. Coach Rhule has said it. Here's Josh Martin being asked, what kind of influence do you think the tight ends will have on this offense?
That's a great question. One of the biggest things I've learned was, the simplicity of it, and to be able to, to make the routine play. And that's one thing I talk about with guys all the time is make the routine play. And you don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to go out and do something, way above. Just go be yourself, do your job, make the routine play. And I think as innovative as maybe some of those offenses are, they're boring in a sense of there's not a whole lot of fluff to it. It's just, do your job and execute at a high level, but we're plugging in and playing here, and this is a very innovative offense here. You know what I mean? What we're doing, and so this is an unbelievable place to play offensive football.
I really think you're going to see a lot of Fidone and Borkacher.
I do too. I think
we'll be a lot together.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
And some with maybe even Janiron Bonner might be out there too, but I think
Gilbert.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
they still don't know.
We still don't know. And Coach Rhule's advocated for him, and he said, and
strongly.
You'd hope that just for this guy's future and a season. Now it's getting to where you're hindering a kid's season. Let's get on it and make this decision. What's the holdup?
I don't know, because they came down. Was it 2 weeks ago with the ruling about a North Carolina kid
and it was the wrong decision, right? People weren't. A lot of it
happy with it.
But
it would lead you to believe that Arick will not be eligible here about what they did with those 2 players. But why didn't they just rule on all these people at once? I mean, why the delay? It's just maddening. All right, there you go. Josh Martin, the new tight ends coach for the Cornhuskers. And you and I, we went out and saw one of our great sponsors is Valentino's. They just go hand in hand with the Huskers. They had a little golf outing today. You and I went out and talked to that group a little bit, and they were asking how much we're going to see the fullback. I'm like, we don't know. We got to wait till the games to kind of see how often they're going to use it. I know it's part of the package. I've seen them line up with it, but how much is it going to be? 20% of the time, 15%? I don't know. I think a lot of us are. And the same thing with the 3-3-5 defense. I'm anxious to see what it looks like on a game day.
Yeah, and Coach Satterfield was asked, like, how much are you going to throw it versus run it? Do you have a specific percentage? And he said, no, it's going to depend on the game. So I think it might depend on the game.
Good.
And the matchups and how much we see that fullback out there.
We had a great event out there, a lot of good people, and we got a really shocking compliment.
Cole, you listening to this? Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Guy raised his hand and goes, I listen every night. I love the joke of the week.
You got to keep the joke of the week, I think was his exact quote. You got to keep the joke of the week, Greg.
Pressure.
How about that?
I mean, unsolicited. I don't know if he's related to Cole. I didn't ask afterwards.
It's a burner account, Greg.
No, this was a live person in the audience today.
At an event.
Then it's a paid actor.
And he was at the front, and he's like, I listen every night, and you've got to keep the joke of the week.
I don't know. I don't get it.
You're the one that started it. It was your idea. Because he was telling you a joke
yeah, but that
before
first
the show.
one bombed so bad, I thought, what have I done?
But then it kind of got better. And
Well, that's what you guys have told me. I missed the last two, so we'll see what this week has.
We'll see.
See what this week has for us. All right, 402-413-2400. That is our Sports Nightly hotline. Brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned that you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. All right, open up those phone lines. Callers, love to hear from you. Your thoughts. I want to know who people think are going to get the next couple single-digit numbers. I'd love your take on that. Who would you like to see get a single-digit number for the Huskers? One guy that wears number 10 is Jimari Butler. We'll hear from him next.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750 bonus cash on F-150 and F-150 Lightning, only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
There's a new kind of season ticket when you fly from the Lincoln Airport, the official airport of the Huskers. Now at LNK, choose from fast, affordable, non-stop flights to your favorite vacation spots. All from an airport that's relaxed and hassle-free. It's never been easier to get off the bench and enjoy an adventure with the whole family. Visit GoFlyLNK.com and book your trip today. Let's go.
Only in Nebraska will you find a historic, record-breaking event like Nebraska Volleyball Day to honor women's athletics. The University of Nebraska Foundation invites you to be a part of Only in Nebraska, a campaign for our university's future. Another historic, record-breaking effort to engage 150,000 donors to build the future Nebraska needs right now. It's all possible, and it's all happening here, only in Nebraska. Give to support NU at onlyinnebraska.org.
Meet water's bubblier and more energetic best friend, Butler Antioxidant Sparkling Water. With tons of flavors, there's one for every occasion. Interviewing for your dream job, hitting the beach, or going on an epic road trip? Pop the top on your favorite bubbler flavor and awesome antioxidants swoop in to balance your body and focus your mind. Right before a boost of natural caffeine shows up to save your day. There's a benefit in every bubble and a happier you just waiting to rise up. Find out more at Drink Bubbler on Instagram.
Hey, Husker fans, Kinetic now offers fast 99% reliable internet for just $39.99 a month for 12 months. Whether you're at home, school, or work, Kinetic Internet delivers the speed you need to stream, game, and stay connected with fellow Nebraska fans around the world. Only $39.99 a month for 12 months. And just like our teams in Scarlet and Cream, no one else even comes close. Check availability at windstream.com. Kinetic Internet, proud sponsor of Husker Athletics. Terms and conditions apply.
Get ready to rule the field and revolutionize your farming game with Valley, the game changer in irrigation and ag tech solutions. With time and labor-saving measures, ground truthing results, and effective input reduction, Valley provides the perfect game plan so you stay ahead of what's in the field. From the best in irrigation and cutting-edge ag tech solutions to personalized support, Valley is your winning team. Visit your local Valley dealer or valleyirrigation.com today.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Spot less. Introducing the cleanup for tar spot, gray leaf spot, southern rust, and more. Novel next generation Adastriode fungicide broadens your spectrum and strengthens your residual when it comes to foliar disease control in corn. Visit your FMC retailer or at adastriode.ag.fmc.com to clean up this season. Follow 2EE for tar spot management in corn. Valid until 1/31/28. Always read and follow all label directions.
There's no community like a Cenex community, and that's why every Cenex store is so proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. Your local Cenex doesn't just work in your town, it lives there. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
To win the game, you got to have more strength. You got to be tougher. You got to be reliable. You got to want it more than the other guy. And you need a great team you can count on, backing you up the whole time. Whether it's in the field with your Massey Ferguson or on the field with the Huskers, red is the color of getting it done quicker, smarter, and efficiently. So this season, make sure you're checking out the lineup that'll get more done where and when it counts. From your Nebraska Massey Ferguson dealers.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
There's no place like Nebraska, and there's no place that treats you like your home like Sapp Brothers. For over 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and have been a reliable partner to local farms, businesses, and Husker fans across Nebraska, providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your equipment, and welcoming guests into our travel centers. Visit www.sappbrothers.net. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Nebraska Athletics.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness, and now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is a proud NIL company in Nebraska, and with your help, we can maximize our student-athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student-athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you. It is a Tuesday night. Sports Night here on the Huskers Radio Network. A week from tonight, we'll have our first football radio show. The head coach will be here for an entire hour next Tuesday. We're flip-flopping football and volleyball this year. It had been Tuesdays for volleyball, Thursdays for the football show. We're going the other direction. Football will take over Tuesday. Volleyball will move to Thursday. So adjust accordingly.
And you're scheduled to have Trevor Alberts back in the studio.
Yeah, his first show of the year is next Wednesday night.
So it's going to be a busy week in the studio next week.
Busy week. And then Friday night we have volleyball.
Volleyball.
Enough of you and I for the last 4 months. So Cole was saying to us, sometimes the shows are kind of harder to put together in the summer. Yeah, you're right, because we don't have games to go. So, yeah, we scramble a little bit around here. We don't right now. This is fun. Good time of year. Jimari Butler, I've been a big fan for a couple of years. I know Damon is as well. You had a chance to talk to him a couple of days ago.
I'm a big fan, too. And I think this defense suits him and his athletic ability. And so maybe a breakout year for Jimari. I had a chance to chat with him after practice the other day.
Here with Jimari Butler. Well, you guys are into the full 2 weeks of camp. How's it going? How you feeling?
I'm drained, but we're going to keep fighting, recover day in and day out, get ready to go the next day.
Now that you're one of the older guys, one of the leaders, how do you feel like this team has progressed throughout this fall camp?
I feel like we're more aggressive, and we learning to play as a team, which we haven't did in the past.
What's gone into that?
Really just holding guys accountable. And I feel like us doing the team bonding things, it kind of helped along the way. Like it helped calling guys out and them not getting mad about it.
How do you feel different this fall camp as opposed to fall camps in the past?
I feel more explosive, like more ready to go. Like we could play a game tomorrow, I'm be ready to go.
What have you done to be able to feel more explosive?
With Coach Campbell, got us doing all type of crazy stuff. And then like the recovery process, they preach recovery. The harder you recover, the better you feel. So.
Was that something that you were automatically all in for, or did you have to learn about it and adjust to it?
Yeah, I had to learn about it. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know about. I thought it was just cold tub, boots, and then you're done. But they go into a more neurocharged stage with it. Mitch and Coach Campbell, they smart down there.
When you think about, that and the science to it, and you guys can go. You're good. You're good. That's fine. I can edit it. When you think about this kind of stuff that they've learned from being around guys that do it at a professional level every single day, how important is that for you guys that, that's your dream and goals is to make it to the next step, and now you have guys that are trying to help you implement some of the things that help you do that with the longevity of it?
It's like, so they say they're preparing us for the NFL no matter who you is. And when you go in, the biggest thing is you're a rookie, but you want to treat your body like a vet. Mm-hmm. So that's a big, recovery is big in the NFL. Like guys pay tons of money to get their body right. So
absolutely. Well, how is the defense settling in?
Man, it's gonna be fun to watch.
With you and your skill set, you're a name that everybody seems to say that what you do really fits what Tony White wants to do. So how do you feel like you fit what he's trying to implement?
I feel like I fit good. Really, I'm all over the place. Ain't nothing new, but yeah, I feel good.
The freedom of going to make plays. How much you embrace that, right? You gotta love that.
Yeah, I love that. See ball, play ball. That's the game.
There's a lot of guys that have played a lot of defense together. How much, and then I know you're bringing in new guys, but for the guys that have played so much ball together, how much has that helped to this transition period? Guys like Luke and Nick and you and Ty and Nash and a lot of the returners, Quentin Newsome, how much has that helped transition through all of this?
When things go wrong, you'll see like a young guy getting down on themselves. We'd be like, come on, next play. Because it's going to happen in the game. Like, you're going to give up a big play, but you can't sit there and dwell on that play. So having the vets out there kind of talking me through it, like if I mess up or somebody else mess up, I feel like that's big.
Speaking of the young guys, what have you seen out of Princewell and Cam?
Hey, them boys dogs. Yeah. They dogs. I'm around with them any day.
How important is it for them to be ready to step in and help you guys out and provide some depth there up front?
Can't win without the line. Trenches where you win at, and they be grinding, they be getting to it. So I got all my faith in them boys.
I've been out there at practice a couple times. It seems like you guys up front in the O-line, you guys are having some battles. How good is that, too, to have that kind of competition in fall camp?
It's good because iron sharpens iron. So if we both going 100% every day, we're going to get to the game, and it's going to be like, okay, this is easy. Because the game more slowed down than practice.
What role did you take, too, in implementing some of these newer guys and helping mesh the guys that are coming back, the newer guys? It just seems like you guys have really bonded. How important was that for you to be a part of that?
That was very important because as a team, if we know each other, like the back of our hand, that's going to turn into on-field play. So I feel like if we get the off-the-field thing straight, football is just going to take care of itself.
The day-by-day mentality, was that something that you did before, or have you really honed in on it and really focused on it with this coaching staff, with what they preach every day?
With this coach staff is what's next. So I really locked in on it.
And then what do you guys need to do throughout the remainder? Less than 3 weeks away from kicking this thing off. What goes into these next 3 weeks?
Preparation. You keep preparing. You got to earn the right to win, just like Coach Rhule say. So I feel like we're earning that right now.
Jimari, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
The big takeaway for me was, or one of them was the recovery part of it. I've heard that a lot, and just, understanding it's more than just getting in a cold tub, but you got to take care of your body throughout this grind of a time. They're doing a lot. They've got walkthroughs, they're lifting, and so you have to continue to take care of your body so you can make it to the season and then make it through a season, right? Because it's a hard grind of a season, and so that's been really important. And they've brought that from the NFL, and Searles went into depth about that, about just how important it is at the next level, I mean, it's on you. You better take care of your body, and to be able to learn it now is only going to help them for some of these guys that can and will take that next step to the next level.
It's his and Blaze Gunnarson's time, I think.
Yeah,
I just feel like
I think
it's
so.
their time.
Yeah.
Garrett's gone. Caleb Tanner is gone. It's their moments to start making plays up front. They're both very capable, I think.
And they seem very ready for that.
Yeah.
You know, that they've kind of waited their time. It seems like they're ready to embrace that role and that moment, too. So, yeah, we'll see.
Good stuff there. Folks, Sports Nightly is brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices 24-hour helpline, 402-476-2300 to get some more information. Offices are both in Lincoln and in Columbus. We're back to talk about some wacky idea that the NBA has. It's going to start this year, and there's trouble in paradise when it comes to the blind side. We'll update you on that next.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750 bonus cash on F-150 and F-150 Lightning, only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Other irrigation companies are finally discovering what T&L Irrigation is known for decades. Continuous movement is the best way to irrigate. While they'll have you pay for complicated upgrades to get steady, even water application with their high-voltage electric systems, all T&L Irrigation pivots and linears are propelled safely and smoothly by powerful hydrostatic drive. Continuous movement isn't new. It's the T&L standard. Don't get talked into a reinvented wheel. Pick the proven original. Call your T&L Irrigation dealer today or visit TLIRR.com. T&L, like no other.
Spot less. Introducing the cleanup for tar spot, gray leaf spot, southern rust, and more. Novel Next Generation at Astrio fungicide broadens your spectrum and strengthens your residual when it comes to foliar disease control in corn. Visit your FMC retailer or at astrio.ag.fmc.com to clean up this season. Follow 2EE for tar spot management in corn. Valid until 1/31/28. Always read and follow all label directions.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Hy-Vee makes grocery shopping easy with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Just order online, schedule a pickup or delivery time, then leave the shopping to us. Download the Hy-Vee app or go to HyVeeAislesOnline.com. It's easy to create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Plus, with Hy-Vee Aisles Online, pickup is free on orders over $24.95, and delivery is free with a Hy-Vee Plus membership. Save time, shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online.
Is your garbage disposal not disposing? You had one job. Drains backing up can cause a horrible smell in a home, damaged pipes, and so much more. Some signs that your garbage disposal may be going out include frequent clogs, abnormal and louder noises than normal, or water is leaking from the bottom, just to name a few. John Henry's is here to take care of all the pipes and drains in your home. Call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Road Townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red!
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails. Dress up for a night out on the town or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
SOS to the rescue! SOS to the rescue!
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Oh, but he can't make it because he's so hot. The air conditioning is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling his favorite Luxair dealer. Trusted since 1950, with Luxair you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue! SOS! SOS!
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with JTech Solar. JTech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. JTech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you. It's a Tuesday night sports night here on the Huskers Radio Network. Earlier today, the NBA did kind of a World Cup type draw to put together these pods for the first ever in-season tournament that they are going to hold in late November into December. That'll be played. Each team will get 2 home games, 2 road games, and then it will funnel its way to Las Vegas, where they will play the semifinals and the finals. So they've got 6 5-team groups, 3 consisting of the teams that are in the East, 3 that are consisting of teams in the West. Does this grab your attention? Is this going to make you want to watch this?
You know, it's interesting because the season is so long, and you see kind of a lull in the middle of the year, and during that time of the year when there's still football going on, and you know, just to draw more attention and revenue into the league. And people love tournaments. People love basketball tournaments, and it's pretty fun to watch. And there are incentives for players. So that's kind of the time of year that you got guys that are missing games, like LeBron. That's a stretch usually that LeBron misses games, or some of the big stars. So it's with it being such a long season, this adds something in the middle that maybe makes it more competitive, that makes it more intriguing for fans to watch and tune into. But hey, players on the winning team will get $500,000 each.
That's not bad.
And the runners-up will get $200,000 each. And then the losing players of the semifinals will each get $100,000. And the losing players of the quarterfinals will each get $50,000. So there's some incentives there to go compete and play hard to win there.
It's mostly in November. The semifinals and finals, like I said, will be in Vegas in early December. To me, it's not going to draw me in. I'm just too much into college football and the NFL that time of year. And the start of college basketball is going there, where I'm way more invested in that. But I'm not a huge NBA person. I mean, maybe some of the guys that are here today are, but it won't pull me in.
Yeah, but I think maybe for some people like you but you like watching it once it gets to the postseason.
Playoffs,
and it gets, kind of at the end of the year, trying to figure out where teams might end up, that maybe you might tune in a little bit for that maybe you wouldn't have to just the regular season. Like if there's some big time matchup where it starts getting talked about a lot, you might want to tune in for it. And if that's probably their hope, is that they draw a lot of attention in social media, and then that will draw in the fans that don't like to watch during that time of the year, or aren't interested as much during that time of the year. And we'll see if they're going up against NFL or any of those games, then yeah, they're probably not going to have much luck at it. But if there are nights of the week that aren't football heavy, that maybe people will tune into.
We'll see. To me, it's like the NBA is just trying to find something to make them more relevant that time of year. Hey, I can't blame them.
Because they're not going to shorten the season, but it's hard to really stay locked in when there's so many games being played.
Yeah. We mentioned this last night, that there's a lot of drama around the Blind Side. Remember the Blind Side movie Sandra Bullock played? Leanne Toohey and this couple in Memphis adopted this young black fella who then ended up becoming a player at Ole Miss and then eventually to the National Football League. Well, the whole guise of the book and then the movie was that he was adopted by this family. Well, it's come out that is not the case. By the time they decided to bring him in to their family, he was, I think, 18, and you can't adopt somebody at 18. You got to make a conservatorship. Well, Michael Orr is the athlete now suing that family, saying that how much they profited off of the movie. They claim they didn't, that they got some money for the guy that wrote the book that then led to the movie. But this is getting wild. You were telling me the family's fighting back a little bit on this thing now.
Yeah. Apparently the attorney has come out with a statement that he's asked for $18 million and said on multiple occasions has asked for money, and if they weren't going to comply, he'd leak a negative story in the press. So, yeah, it's getting ugly. It's really sad.
It is sad. And you kind of wonder, I think you even asked me this off the air last night, does Michael Orr need money? Because you kind of feel like, okay, his playing days are over. Is this a money grab on his part? Because the family, and they're sticking together, and I saw an interview today on, I think it was the NBC on the Today Show. They interviewed the young boy, who now is a man, because when the movie came out, he was a little kid. He said, hey, I love Michael Orr, and I always will. We obviously are having a disagreement with him right now, but it doesn't change how, the kid said, how I feel about him. So, but boy, it's gotten a little nasty between the Orr family, or Michael Orr, and the family that adopted him that spurred that. It was a great movie. It's a terrific movie.
It was, but then I kind of have a little hesitancy about it now, being that it was, which it is dramatized. What is that word?
Yeah, that works.
Dramatized?
Dramatized.
What is that word? I don't know. Anyways, they put more drama into it than what it actually is. And I talked about this last night, and why Michael Orr has been pretty upset about it for so long is just that he had this stigma that he wasn't very smart, and he actually was really smart. He had this stigma that he didn't play football before the Orrs took him in, and he actually was. That's how he even got into the school that he was in. And so, you know, they drummed it up for Hollywood and made it more Hollywood, but it definitely, if people were thinking that that's how he actually was, I can totally understand how hurtful that would be for him. And as much as if you didn't know the story and you just thought that's how it was, I mean, you might not know that it wasn't as how it was written up in Hollywood. So, and if he didn't get any of if he didn't get any money from the original movie, that to me seems a little shady.
I agree. Nope, I agree.
Because the movie wouldn't have been the movie without him. I mean, I know that Sandra Bullock was a big part of it, and Tim McGraw and the whole story, but it's not that story doesn't get made without Michael Orr.
That's exactly right. FS1 right now is replaying the semifinal from the Women's World Cup right now that happened overnight, Spain and Sweden. If you're watching it and don't want me to spoil it for you because you maybe kept yourself away from the news all day, turn the radio down. But this was a fascinating match. It was scoreless until the 81st minute. So you play 90, and then sometimes there's extra time added on because of injuries or whatever. So 81 minutes, there's no score. In the 81st minute, Spain scores. So you're thinking, 10 minutes to go, they're going to win. Then in the 88th minute, so you're really close to the end of Sweden ties it. A minute later, Spain scores again and wins it 2-1. So you had 3 goals in like the last 13 minutes of the match. And so pretty crazy. So Spain on to the finals tomorrow morning early, 5 a.m. our time. It's England and Australia. So it's been a really good World Cup. Obviously, the United States has not been a part of it for a week or so after losing in the round of 16. But that was a fascinating match. I was really pulling for Sweden, but they come up short. So if you're watching FS1's Replan It right now and you haven't missed any scoring because it's about to
You're
start
saying just
coming.
wait or fast forward.
Wait till the very end.
Yeah.
You're going to see 3 goals in the last 10 minutes of the match. So pretty cool stuff. All right, 402-413-2400. If you want to fire off a call or a text. Also time to tell you to buckle up, put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. We're back to wrap up tonight's show next.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Our planet, it's hungry. Blessed with millions of acres in this great nation, our farmers work tirelessly to feed the planet through seasons of uncertainty and seasons of growth. It's a tough business to do alone. As owners of Central Valley Ag, it's together that we move forward. There's room at the table. Find your seat at cvacoop.com. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your local Ford dealer during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. Get 3.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,750 bonus cash on F-150 and F-150 Lightning. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Okay, men, huddle up. Look, we're playing one of the best football teams in the country today, and quite frankly, we don't have a chance against these guys. Let's face it, we're going to get slaughtered out there. But the good news is that the Nebraska Lottery has scratch and lotto prizes that any one of us could win. Yeah! After the game, we're taking the team bus to the nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer to see if we can win big. Let's go! So let's get out there and lose with pride.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For new Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
New Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm broadcasting student Grant Hansen with Campus News. As worldwide leaders in ag technology, UNL faculty and students innovate using emerging technologies to improve yields and nutrition, and designing wireless in-field networks increasing precision in agriculture. Plus, UNL is breaking ground on a $7.2 million feedlot innovation center near Meade. UNL is doing big things for the future of agriculture.
Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you are looking for at Woodhouse. 402-413-2400, the number to be a part of the program here tonight. A couple of reactions to the NBA talk that we had. One texter, NBA, cheap trick, no one cares. Mark says, I could be wrong, but just like you, Greg, that doesn't care about the NBA. I don't care about the NBA. I watch the playoffs. I do. So to say that I don't care about the NBA is not accurate. It just doesn't grab me until the playoffs. But that's beside the point. People in big cities don't care about college football. Maybe he's right. Those are the people that tune in for this tournament, at least initially. Maybe, although I think college football ratings have just continued to climb in recent years. The NBA is one of the few sports that has lost a lot of audience. They're like they've lost 4 times their audience since the late 90s when Jordan was out there. They're one of the few leagues because everything else is kind of trending up with sports, not the NBA.
I do think, though, I agree a little bit. Some of those cities that have a big following. You know, if their teams make runs, it could.
The Lakers,
Yeah.
LA, they dominate that
Yeah.
market.
And you know, everyone in Oklahoma cares about the Thunder. They still have really good attendance, and I think their ratings are pretty solid. So there are a few teams that have a pretty solid following that if they make a run, it could potentially help those ratings and get those eyeballs and that revenue that they're shooting for.
Yeah. So it means to see where that goes. Mark, thanks for the tech. But again, I'm kind of kidding you, but to say that I don't care is not totally accurate. I just don't follow it till the playoffs. I'm much more into college football, the NFL, and college basketball. Those are the things that grab me from November until April. Once the Final Four is over, then I'll start watching the NBA.
Yeah. I don't care to watch Major League Baseball until the postseason.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of on that. I will watch regular season NBA games, not every night. I'm not locked in all the time, but you know, I will watch Thunder games. I'll watch some of the players that I know. Like I got kind of invested in the Lakers a little bit with Austin Reeves and some of that. It was just drama last year, but you know, it's not like I'm tuned in every night. But I will watch some regular season NBA for sure.
All right, tomorrow night on the program, we are going to hear from Lawrence Chatters, an assistant athletic director in Nebraska. He's involved in a lot of things in Nebraska. We're going to let him lay out some of that. We're going to hear from Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. Remember, Isaiah was a guy that left the team last fall and then asked for a second chance with Matt Rhule and the staff. They've given it to him, and I think he's taken advantage of that. And he graduated last week, one of the 11 Husker athletes to graduate.
He did it, and I think he took like 19 hours
Wow.
to be able to graduate, to get his degree. He wanted to be able to really lock in and focus on football. And so, I'm fascinated to see what kind of impact he can make, because he looked like he was going to be a star, you know. And
remember
then,
that catch in the Northwestern
I think
game?
he lost a lot of confidence. And then, you know, going back to that confidence word, that I think he's got a lot of that back. And Coach Garrett McGuire, I've heard this from several receivers, that he really preaches that is and tries to instill that. And if a ball gets dropped, he's in your ear. He wants it to go right back to you, so that, hey, we're going to come right back to you, so you still have that opportunity, and you're not losing your opportunity just because you missed one ball.
I also think he felt like he was getting lost in Trey Palmer's shadow, but now we're kind of seeing Trey Palmer. Buccaneers love him. So, I mean, he was a heck of a player.
Yeah, I think we saw like a couple times where he dropped a couple passes, and then they stopped going to him, and then he stopped playing. I think I just saw his demeanor change a lot, and then I just think it was really hard for him. But yeah, I think he feels really good, and he's back to IGC. We'll see what kind of impact he can make.
You went up and grabbed the book.
I grabbed the book for the guys on the YouTube chat so they could see it, and you can see how thick it is. And man, there's a lot of cool. Let me pull up here maybe the blue jerseys here. I don't know if I can find it, but yeah, there's a bunch of different.
Oh, I love the photography.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's some old shots there. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there.
Cool. That'll be great. Again, $75. It's going to be at some local bookstores and some Husker shops that you can find. You can also order it online at huskers.com. And the bench seats are available. Those are going for $150. So
how about that? Look at those.
love that.
Pretty cool.
Just the field that where the stadium sits now was nothing 100 years ago. It's just crazy. Good stuff. All right, good show tonight. Thanks to who we got back there tonight. We got Jake, we got Henry, we got Cole running the ship. We're a house of thousands right here tonight.
I know, we got the full crew in.
All right, that'll do it for tonight's show. Thanks to all of you for being a part of this one tonight. We're back here. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Good night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics research and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too. And we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hoegemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Hi, Husker Nation. This is Jim Baldonado with the Home Agency. It's been a stormy summer, but that's why we do what we do. Whether auto, home, crop, farm, or commercial coverage, our agents shine when it comes to providing you with the best coverage and customer service after the sale. Our passion is keeping you protected so you can do more of what you love, like cheering on the Huskers. Give us a call today. Call home, the Home Agency, that is, at 1-800-245-4241. That's 1-800-245-4241.
Hy-Vee makes grocery shopping easy with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Just order online, schedule a pickup or delivery time, then leave the shopping to us. Download the Hy-Vee app or go to HyVeeAislesOnline.com. It's easy to create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Plus, with Hy-Vee Aisles Online, pickup is free on orders over $24.95, and delivery is free with the Hy-Vee Plus membership. Save time, shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life.